Okay, now it's picking up my mic. Okay. Desktop audio, there's no music.
Duck, 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 duck.
Worked. Okay. Yes!
Oh, good.
So now it won't record music, but it will record Discord voice chats. So, where were we? What were we doing?
I was looking at the house.
We're building a house and also building a map art. Feels like it's been forever. It's been
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks. I was supposed to, at some point in those 2 weeks, I was supposed to AFK at the wool farm to get more wool, and I did not. I did not do that.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll see how much wool we have at the site. I'll fly back over there. And then top right, this is clearly Cthulhu, correct?
See.
Would you pronounce
Cthulhu.
it? Do you say Cthulhu? Okay. I have like one friend who says Cthulhu. I'm like, I don't know if that's right, but I also don't know that it's wrong.
It might be a dialect thing. Who knows?
Yeah. Cthulhu. This is a person who also says, so like there's I believe an Egyptian god that's Thoth, and I've always said Toth, like a T sound for the first one, but then a TH for the second one, Toth. And he says Toth, I think, or Tote, or Thought. I think he might just say Thought. I don't know. He pronounces that differently than me too, and I'm like,
I am the god Thought. I'm a hoe.
I'm always like, I don't know. When it comes to pronunciations, I'm like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, so I don't want to call anyone out.
It makes more sense lore-wise for me to look like a regular human. Switch over to the human world, I won't get weird looks.
Yeah. Better to entice people in and then devour them, right?
Yeah.
And then beneath that, we have the fonts.
Hey!
That's the jacket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the jacket and the swag. I need to watch The Mandalorian as well. My mom won't stop it up. For years now, it seems like any time that I go and visit her, she's like, "Did you watch The Mandalorian yet?" No. Oh, you have to watch it. It's so good. I'm like,
I heard.
I just don't have time to watch shit. I watch VTubers. That's it.
Season 3 was average. No, I'm not using that stupid slang term. It's so dumb sounding.
Mid? You're not gonna
I hate how did that become popular all of a sudden? It's like I heard what the fuck is mid? It's just average. Just fucking say average. I wanna make a whole new word for the exact same goddamn thing.
I hate most of those like new words like Riz. Like I hate most of those.
What the fuck is Riz?
Then eventually it'll worm its way into my brain. Like it'll happen. I don't want it to happen, but it will happen. Where one day I'm gonna accidentally say Riz. Maybe not accidentally, maybe I'm gonna use it, but I'm immediately gonna hate myself for it. And the same has happened with mid. I mostly don't like using it, but it has occasionally slipped out, and then I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I saying?
What the hell is Riz?
Riz is, I had to look this up, which is how I really felt old at that point. I had to look it up. Riz is just slang for charisma. It implies somebody who's a smooth talker.
Wait, wasn't there another word for that already?
Yeah, probably
Did
swag.
Wasn't it swag?
Yeah, it's
never
like
a new
swag.
word.
That said, just like with everything else, one of these days I'm gonna say Riz. I don't know when, I don't know what context, but I know it's gonna happen because this always happens. I'm gonna say it and I'm immediately gonna hate myself. But
it sounds like a faster way of saying J-I-Z.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like
for a long time, I didn't like fire. When people would use fire to describe something that's that's great or awesome or whatever, I hated that because I'm like, no, fire is bad. Like.
You mean like, oh, this is lit.
Yeah, okay. Lit I didn't have as much problem with because I was younger, I guess, back when lit became a word. I still didn't use it that much, but I just didn't really think about it. But then when people started calling stuff fire, they're like, oh, that's fire. Oh, we got that flame. I was like, oh, this is so fucking dumb.
Like in my day, they said it was that's bad, yo. Like bad is good.
Yeah, same.
Like,
I was there for bad.
Bad is good. Good is bad.
Yep, yep. Yeah, with fire, I was like, no, fire bad. Fire burns shit. Fire's hot. Like even if you're like a pyro, you got to admit, like, if your house is on fire, that's not a good thing. That said, it's like wormed its way into my vocabulary. Like on Cody's King cover, I think I commented and was like, boy, got that, and just did the fire emoji like 3 times. And in my head, I'm like, I kind of hate myself for that.
He's got that fire, like, he got that passion.
That fire.
Without, so he got that passion to do stuff. That makes more sense logically.
Yeah. I always picture, like, when somebody says like you got that fire, or like, okay, so like if it's like singing, they say that like he's spitting fire, or rapping is spitting fire. I just immediately picture Bowser breathing fire. Here, see, yeah, there's plenty of shears here. Okay, which one of these is it's white? No, that's yellow. This one white? This is white. Come here, sheep. I don't know why they don't have eyes. Yeah, it's white.
But they're jerky sheep.
They're totally missing their eyes.
What the hell?
Yeah, one of the mods. One of the mods that I have fucked up their eyes, apparently.
That is cursed.
Yeah. Somebody came in here and stole all their eyeballs. Oh no.
It was the other mother.
It's even creepier if I like hold some wheat so they all come to me, just stare at me. I'm not gonna do it though. Too scared. Snip. I remember, like, you'll see some videos on YouTube that still complain about this. I was playing Minecraft at the time when they added shears to the game, because before that you would just punch a sheep and its wool would come off. And then they added shears to the game, and people were so pissed because they were like, oh, it's so tedious and unnecessary to have to craft, you know, a tool that's only used just for sheep. It's not used for anything else. Why would you make a whole tool just for shearing sheep?
You want to punch a sheep just to get your wool? I don't know, man. That sounds pretty cringe.
But I was one of them. Like, I mean, I wasn't like posting on message boards or anything, but I was one of the people who was like, "This is fucking stupid." There were so many like Minecraft updates through the years that, like, when it was added, I was like, "This is dumb. This is a dumb update." And then, you know, eventually it came to like it. But... like gray wool.
I mean, it makes more sense, really.
It does make more sense. But at the time, it seemed so weird. Like, having, because at the time the only tools were like a pickaxe, a shovel, an axe, and maybe a hoe. There might not have even been a hoe in the game. It might have just been pickaxe, axe, and shovel.
Like, punching shit is weird. It's like you're literally chopping trees with your hands. How is that weird?
Punch it down. It's really hard to tell. So, like, it's like a year ago now. Some griefers got on the server and, like, destroyed huge chunks of the spawn area and stuff. We were able to rebuild a lot. This sheep tower was there before the griefing. And then after the griefing, it was all gone except for this little section of glass right here that looks a little bit different. I don't know if you're looking at my stream or not, but there's this little section of glass that looks like fucked up. And this section was all that remained of the sheep tower that kind of became iconic because this was built very early on and it's colorful and everything. It didn't have the balloons back then. And you know, it spawns right over there, so like everybody saw it and everybody would come here for their wool. And just this section was all that was left. And then it got rebuilt and they decided to keep the glass from the original, kind of like separated the bit that remained, kind of like separated. It was really sweet. That's why that section of glass is like fucked up.
That's just annoying. You go on a server, there's a fucking thing that everyone's fine.
Yeah. This so like the reason that this little shopping area is kind of down in the ground a little bit, and then the reason that this area is like perfectly carved out, and then this whole trench down here with the bees and all the underground forests, this was all like area that was just fucking obliterated by the griefers. Like, this was just a big ass fucking trench of nothingness, and we filled it in with all this stuff. So we took...
What did they do? Dynamite? Just blew it up?
They ran a command that just replaced blocks with air in an area around the player. So they just got on creative mode, and then just that command just kept macro spamming, and then they would just kind of like flew here like this. It just deleted blocks around the griefer. That's what. So basically, they were just flying around looking for anything impressive and just flying near it, and it would get deleted. Like there was originally a Shuba there. Most of the Shuba still remained, but its tail got taken out, and a little bit more, but the tail specifically. So that's why the tail is iron now. When they rebuilt it, they were like, "Let's rebuild it out of iron. We can make him stronger."
God, I can only imagine if I made Hotel California and pull that off, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah. For a while after the griefing, we had the server on creative mode just for people to rebuild. So like Hololive HQ survived, if I remember correctly, but there was this huge scar in the ground. It was from the griefers as well. They came through here and then they went like this way. Yeah, there was a lot of shit destroyed. My base was entirely destroyed. This one that's being built is probably never going to get finished. This is kind of built on the bones of the old one. Since then, there's been so much new shit built. I would say like 90% of the server is new now. Can't even really tell that it was briefed. Everything covered up so nicely. Don't want to use desktop audio. What is going on with this sheep? This sheep is not getting sheared at all. There's no shears in here. To refill the shears. Probably on a lot of them, really. Don't mind me, I'm just flying around fixing things. This one empty? They're all empty. Our sheep farm needs replenishing. Or well, the shears in the sheep farm need replenishing.
Require more Vespine gas.
Require more Vespine gas. Must construct additional pylons. Okay, I don't hear that in my headphones. I do hear it lightly over my speakers, and it should have been picked up by stream. Are you guys able to hear that? It worked. I'm a genius! I'm a genius! I'm so happy I figured it out. Oh my god. Wait, so now I can do... That means I can do this. I can do this, and you guys can hear it. Fucking disgusting, you know that? Though it was still doubled. Still doubled for some... I don't know why it's doing that. Not even channel points. I can't even use channel points for any sound alerts, because I don't have channel points. But when I do... Thinking about naming them moats. Moats.
Oh, mine is
M-O-T.
Ah, crap. I remembered something now. I got to my channel point theme name.
Oh, yeah? What are your channel points?
They're still called Abyssal Shards.
Abyssal Shards.
I need to change. But I need to change it now to something else.
Why?
are no longer within the abyss.
Oh yeah, that's true.
From World Change.
What should they be? Do you have any in mind, or you just?
Well, they're still shards. I mean, they're like dark crystals.
Yeah. Shards.
They could be Twilight shards.
Twilight shards. Maybe it is complete. Just working on the basement and stuff now. I'm not sure. Wait. Yeah, okay. What's a VTuber? It's a VTuber is a bag of cringe wrapped in a ribbon of terrible luck and accidental lewd comments. I was reminded there was a Twitter post the other day. I can't remember what the context was or what the post was, but it essentially reminded me that like the majority of like the normie world either doesn't know about VTubers, or if they are, they generally just don't like VTubers. Not like every person, of course, but like the general consensus from the normies is that VTubers are fucking weird. And so when I was reminded of that, I like messaged my brother, who I've talked to about this before. He knows that I'm into VTubers, and he's a weeb. Like, he watches anime and plays video games and shit, but he's told me, he's like, I just don't understand VTubers. And I'm like, what don't you understand? And he's like, why don't they just show their face? Like, why don't they just face cam when they stream? I'm like some people want their anonymity, some people want to be an anime character. Like, it's fun. Anyway, so when I was reminded of this, I messaged him, and I was like, you know, I often forget that people from outside the VTuber community think VTubers are fucking weird. And he's like, they are weird. And then we got in this whole discussion. Not so much an argument, but he was trying to explain to me why people think VTubers are weird.
Wait,
why they're weirded out by it. Some of the things that he expressed just made me realize I'm like it would literally take like multiple hours long discussion to like untrain his brain. So like he accepts that he might be wrong, but essentially he's kind of middle of the road, and so he's kind of arbitrating the normie's opinion. And he's like, there are normies out there who wonder if VTubers are like delusional, if they think that the like their VTuber character is them, if it's like a persona, or if it's like an identity thing where it's like, no, that's me, like I am that character. And it's like
it's role playing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told to him. I was like, it's way more like making a TTRPG character who become that character while you're playing the game, you know? You act as it's acting, it's improv, you know?
If I want to say one thing, we have two models. It could represent, to me, it does represent me being a Gemini.
Ooh, that's interesting. It can be you in the sense of like you stream and you're not putting on an act, you're not doing a personality. Like me, I stream and this is just me. This is just the human being. It's just the face that I put out there is this little gremlin. So like that, okay. In that case, it's like, yes, this is me. But like this little gremlin guy, this is a little gremlin VTuber thing. And yeah, I want one that like is of my design, is of my imagination, but that doesn't mean that it is me, the human being sitting in front of my computer. Oh, yeah, that makes. Look, it started to click in my head right after I said it. I was like, wait, but it didn't click all the way. The gears are returning, but they didn't turn all the way over yet. Twilight says that he needs 80k more points for you to sing. Or Sorrow. Sorrow needs 80k more points for Twilight to sing. Is that what I said, or did I get it? It's backwards.
I don't know why you and Jesse want to hear me sing. This is not a voice I can sing. Maybe if I could speak in Spanish, I could sing. Sing! Hell no.
I was talking about this in voice chat the other night. I made a change to when I publish shorts. So I was thinking back to something that I remember Pumpkin Potion saying, which is that if you're gonna like change something up with your content, you make like just one change and then you let it ride for like 2 or 3 weeks. See, because there'll be like fluctuations in numbers and stuff, and you know, you want to get a sense for like how is this actually affecting things. So rather than scheduling my shorts for rather than scheduling them for 5 a.m. my time, I scheduled them for 6 a.m. my time. Immediately, I'm getting half the number of views. Like immediate. In fact, the first short that I released at 6 a.m. went like half the day and only had like 10 views, 10 to 20 views or something. And I'm not like obsessed. I'm not making money on shorts or anything. I mean, even if I could make money on shorts, it's not very much money. I'm not worried about it like that. But I was like, oh shit. And then I kind of understood why her advice was, after you make a change, to just like sit on it for a couple of weeks. Because after that first day, I was like, I should switch back. It's been coming up on the end of the first week of releasing shorts at 6 a.m. and it's been very bad. My numbers have been halved.
Didn't even have shorts, little clips.
Yeah. See, that's.
So I've learned how to make shorts.
It's tedious, like it's tedious and time consuming, but that's been my favorite part about streaming. Because typically I make shorts out of the things that make me laugh. So like while I'm working on it, I'm sitting there grinning like a madman. I need to talking with you about reading reminds me, like I need to get.
Oh yeah, continue to DM me that book for Pathfinder.
I'm gonna grab it again. I'm gonna do exactly what I did last time we collabed. I'm gonna run over there. I'm gonna make death sounds, and I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna DM you the name of it right now.
Do it now. Do it now.
Okay. Deja vu. Deja vu. I just been in this place before.
So I actually read the prologue to Dragon Riders of Pern. Now I'm like, I like the prologue already. Shit.
The prologue to what?
Dragon Riders of Pern.
Oh yeah. I quite like Pern.
Imagine existing in the real world.
Man, you're describing most of my life. Most of my desires for most of my life. I was literally that kid in like middle school who would occasionally just set my pencil down on my desk and try and stare at it and try and move it telepathically. Not because I thought that I could, I knew that I couldn't, but on the off chance that maybe some telepathic powers like woke up overnight, I just needed to test just to see. And then I'd be like, nope, still not telepathic. Or, telepathic or magic, I just like occasionally just like try something, like maybe my magic powers woke up.
If only
Constantly disappointed because I never got to use a wizard game as an example. I never got my Hogwarts letter.
You're a wizard, Aka.
I was never told that I was a wizard. After reading the Harry Potter books, I legitimately had this like irrational hope in the back of my head that magic was real and that I would get a letter someday. I knew that it was illogical, but like, yeah, I was just dreaming, man, just fucking dreaming. Just like that I was hoping that one day some kind of telepathic power would wake up in me. So I had to test every now and then to see. It's like, how would you know? You wouldn't necessarily get a sign.
You could be sensitive and see the dead.
I have tried that as well. So I've read a lot of stories about people who have gone to haunted places and had paranormal encounters, and I've tried to seek out not specifically like I'm looking for a ghost. I just am like open to experiencing an experience, and the closest that I've gotten, I've had 3 times in my life where I've certainly felt some sense of unease, but never like seen anything or had any physical, like nothing moved across the room. I didn't hear a sound or anything. The one that most stands out is I was in my room once and I woke up in the middle of the night with this like feeling that I was being watched. And like, I like looked around my room and it was so overwhelming that I was being watched that I like sat up and I looked around and I was like, who is in my room? And I kind of, something just told me to like look in this corner of my room. And so I looked there and something in my brain was screaming at me that's in that corner is what's looking at me. Whatever is looking at me is in that corner. And I kept staring at it and there was nothing there. There's obviously nothing anywhere in my room. There was nothing in the corner, but my brain was going, there's something watching you from that corner. It was just overwhelming. And so I just stared at it for a long time, like wanting, I was like, I want to see something. I want to see it. I want to see it. And I never ended up, I didn't end up seeing anything. And after like 2 or 3 minutes, the sensation faded away. It literally just went away. And I was like, I suddenly felt alone in the room again. Like there wasn't anything watching me. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It wasn't sleep paralysis.
I have had sleep paralysis as well as a separate thing. I woke up, that was my second encounter. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like looking at my alarm clock and it was like 2:30 in the morning or something. And then I tried to roll over and I couldn't roll over. So like I tried a few more times to roll over and I couldn't move. And then I just tried to move my right arm because I was gonna just lift up with my right arm and roll over, and I couldn't move my right arm at all. And like pretty soon I started like shaking my head because I was like, holy fuck, I can't move. Like I thought I was fucking strapped to the bed or something. And so like I sat there and I like wiggled my head back and forth like a few times, and it kind of made my body wiggle a little bit. And then suddenly like my whole body woke up, like suddenly I could move again all at once. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's when I actually like read about sleep paralysis and stuff, and how, you know,
I've had sleep paralysis so goddamn much. I get more pissed off and scared. I'm like, oh, good. I'm so used to it.
See, because I'm like I like want a supernatural or paranormal encounter so bad. I was like, oh my god, is this what they're talking about with like sleep paralysis demons and, you know, a succubus or incubus? It wasn't like a sexual thing, but like the mythos of a succubus or an incubus is that they like paralyze you in your sleep and then like drain your sexual energy or whatever. You know, so I'm like, I like read about all sorts of different stuff, and then come to find out there's a scientific explanation for sleep paralysis, and I was like, damn, man.
Okay, here's a clue. It makes you wonder. If a succubus sucks your sexual energy and you're a virgin, are you still a virgin?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because you probably didn't physically have sex, but you might have climaxed. Depending on how good the succubus is, I guess. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I would say, I guess it depends. So is virginity, what is virginity, I guess? Is it virginity is actually an actual lack of the physical experience of engaging, of having a sexual encounter? Or
definition wise, yes.
So I would say, yeah, I would say that if you got visited by a succubus, you would still be a virgin. You would be a virgin who would have experienced an orgasm. Although, wait, I guess you could jerk off, like, and you're still a virgin. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're solving the world's problems.
Yeah.
This
The things you talk about when you're making a thing in Minecraft.
These are the best conversations, though. These are the conversations that somebody needs to have. Look, if we don't
talk about it.
Sorrow, if we don't figure it out here and now, who's gonna figure it out, huh? Who's gonna answer these questions? Are we gonna get Elon Musk to get a team of scientists to figure it out? No.
No. He would simp for a succubus.
For the succubus, he would. Yeah. Elon Musk. This breaking news: Elon Musk spending $100 billion to try to create a succubus for him to simp over.
No. He needs that money and make monster girls.
That's true. Yeah. Cat-eared girls. Ambo no Mimi.
We need monster girls in this world.
You know, they're getting pretty far along with like bioengineering and stuff. It's only going to be about bioengineering and like plastic surgery and stuff like that. It's only a matter of time before we start getting into like luxury bioengineering, and that years will become a thing. Like it's not a matter of like if it will happen, it's like a matter of when it will happen. Like anything that can be monetized and turned into a luxury will be. So bioengineering will certainly become a luxury thing, and there will be people who will argue the ethics of it and, you know, say that it's an abomination, that bioengineering people for luxury is an abomination.
But
Will
here's the
happen
thing,
anyway.
Would they call them monster girls, or the proper definition is demi-humans?
I imagine it'll be something like Demi, something more civilized than monster girls. Well, especially because it'll be dudes as well. So
I'm waiting for the day where we can replace the bad eyeball with good eyeballs.
yeah,
That I'm hoping don't happen.
I want to replace my brain with a better brain. Okay, thanks to the people who came out. Thanks for the lurkers. Thanks for the chatters. Thank you, Twilight, for hanging out here. Happy 2-year stream anniversary. We made good progress on this this map art thing. We have a really nice check. It looks like we're just gonna play an awesome game of chess, to be honest. But we're getting there. We're getting there with this.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, guys.